YouTube, welcome. My name is Freshly Finished, and man, what a time to be alive. I am back, bringing you yet another educational gaming video. Can you believe it? Well, you better. Quickly, let me thank all new subscribers, anyone who liked my last video, anyone who shared my last video, and anyone who even viewed my last video. I cannot thank you guys enough. Today, we are going back to the man himself, the German Crusader, the main tank of your dreams. That's right, back to the Be the Best Reinhardt series. Shielding is the topic of this video, and by far one of the most important aspects of playing Reinhardt. Get your notepads out. Episode 2 is here. Let's get to it. Now, some people might ask, why are you going to make a video about shielding? All you do is just stand there and hold it up in front of the enemies. Well, I say, although that is a great idea to hold up your shield in front of the enemies, there's a lot more to it than one might think. First off, we're going to take a look at what shielding is good and what shielding is bad. You should only shield when the enemy team is trying to deal high damage or use key abilities. For example, when a Junkrat is spamming the choke, when D.Va is using her missiles, or whenever Pharah is shooting rockets, it is best to block this incoming high damage. There is no real benefit to blocking D.Va pulse cannons at longer range due to the minimal damage they deal. I will explain this why shortly. Key abilities that you should block are Roadhog hooks and scatter arrows from a Hanzo. The second bit of advice I have covers shield management. Your shield is 2000 health and recharges whenever you're not using it. Never block unnecessary damage. If a fight is over and you are not blocking high damage, let your shield recharge. This also goes for damage that will not harm your team severely, for example, D.Va pulse cannons at longer range. The last thing you want is a low shield because of some D.Va standing there, chipping your shield down when the enemy team makes a push. Now, some DPS might ask for a shield to clean up the rest of the enemies, but if your shield is low and you need to recharge it, like I said in my last video, you need to communicate this and let them know that you are not putting your shield up and you are getting ready for their next push. I recommend flicking your shield on and off while swinging into the enemy at chokes and during engagements. You have 500 health plus your 2000 shield. So when your shield drops, you're going to body block some damage, swing, get ult charge, and while this is happening, your shield is going to recharge. Start to get lower health, you raise your shield back up, and then your healers will bring your health back up. So while doing this over and over and over again, your shield should last a lot longer and not ever really break. Little side note is to never let your shield break. It takes much longer for it to recharge after it breaks than it does just to recharge normally. So please remember that blocking high damage and key abilities is your job. Keep a mental note of enemy abilities so that you don't drop your shield at the wrong moment. You don't want to get hooked by a Roadhog and leave your team defenseless. Another piece of advice that ties in from my last video about confidence and comms is to not let this fear of getting hooked take that confidence away. You should still be swinging, trying to get your ult, pushing back the enemy team, and playing with the ultimate confidence that you are going to destroy the enemy team. Now, moving on, your shield is more than just something that your team is going to hide behind. Your shield should be used to zone off parts of the map. For example, the more ground you cover by walking forward, the more ground behind you that you create for your team to work with. Too many times I see Rein sitting at a choke waiting for their DPS to get a kill. If you walk forward with your shield, then you make the enemy team have to back up, especially if you are using the shield swing technique I mentioned earlier. This gives different angles for your DPS and forces the enemy team to back up to where they don't want to be. Now, this can be very difficult with some comps. For example, if they're running a Roadhog and a Junkrat, your shield is not going to last very long. So it's very beneficial for you to ask a Zarya for a bubble or a D.Va for Matrix to reduce some of the damage while you swing. Keep in mind that whenever a Zarya bubbles you, it's very beneficial to drop your shield so that your Zarya can get some charge. These Zarya bubbles last 2 seconds or 200 damage, so make sure that if they have a high damage comp, that you are ready to put your shield back up, as you might not get the full 2 seconds. As Reinhardt, using your shield to zone is also good for creating space. As a main tank, creating space is absolutely crucial for your team's success. In your head, you want to be thinking about pushing the enemy back into smaller spaces, creating angles with your shield so that you have lots of space behind you, and sort of suffocating the enemy back into somewhere that they don't want to be or back off of the point. Good Reinhardts are able to stay alive, keep their team alive, and create lots of space for their team. Last thing I want to mention is the positioning of you when you're using your shield. You should always be able to hide behind something when your shield is about to break. That way you're not taking extra damage or damage that's unnecessary. Also position yourself to block enemy ultimates. If you have Shatter, chances are that the enemy Reinhardt is also going to have his Shatter, so be ready to block it. That's all the advice I have for today. I hope you have a great day, great night, whatever it may be. Leave a like, comment if you have any sort of questions, if you have any sort of concerns, any suggestions for future content. Don't forget to subscribe for more content, and I'll see you guys next time.